Pitron TV.
But what we find in our country is that healthcare is the least paid attention to in the area of policy. But it's one area that I would say it's the only area that relates to every single person. Every single person here has had some challenge with your health, where you had to see a doctor, where you had to take medicine, where you've had to, engage somehow with healthcare. But the sad reality in our country is that policy-wise is the least paid attention to. So we have a healthcare bill that was in the Senate for 12 years, which Mr. Mike helped. And then since then, 2014, this is 11 years later, not a single modification has been made. So which then comes to what we do in our foundation and why the media has a huge role to play as it regards healthcare policies. So as with standard practice in various countries, so we keep talking about how other countries are better, how the US, the UK, Canada, other countries are doing this and doing that and the likes. So the current bill we have before the Nigerian Senate, essentially based on global standards, seeks to stipulate timeframes in emergency care. So I give you an example. In the United States, there's what is called the EMTALA rule, which stipulates that there has to be a 90 minutes period as it regards heart attack, what we call heart attack, that's myocardial infarction. So from the moment that person feels the chest pain and picks up his phone and calls 911, the EMTALA rule basically states that from that moment till when the person is in the theater should not exceed 90 minutes. So think about that for a second. So this person picks up his phone and calls 911. The ambulance has to travel to where he is. The medics have to, maybe if the person is living on the 4th floor, the medics have to go upstairs for the 4th floor, put that person on a stretcher, bring the person down, put the person in an ambulance. The ambulance has to journey back to the hospital. The entire medical team has to prepare for the theater, has to take him in, has to put him to sleep, has to pass through whatever needs to be passed through to remove that and to resolve the clot. All of that has to happen within 90 minutes. And it's doable. These are things that happen in such societies, and these are human beings like ourselves. But why it's not applicable in Nigeria, it's not because we don't have the resources or we don't have the technical know-how. It comes back to policy. So for example, again, the unfortunate incident that happened where this lady goes to the hospital and she's been asked for ID card. A lot of people have made a lot of noise about it, but what really has been done about it in practical terms? And I tell you that this happens so frequently. As we speak right now, it's happening to somebody in some parts in the hospital in this country right now as we speak. Right now as we speak. So we're grateful to the initiative of Pitron TV, and it's a commendable effort. But my personal plea would be that it shouldn't take the form of other TVs, whereby it's a situation where Pitron is one of those other TVs that do exist, that just talks about policy, just talk about it, no action. So it's a commendable effort that Pitron has been set up to talk about policy, to bring the topics of policy to the forefront. My only plea and ask is that you fulfill the mission. 6 months, 1 year down the line, you fulfill the mission. And once again, thank you so much to our organizers. Thank you.
This is Pitron TV.